Mr. Joseph Michael Philip Modeste, better known as Foy or Papa, of Deloe Street, Soufrière, passed away at his residence on Wednesday, March 6, 2013 at 3:30 p.m. He was 89 years. Left to mourn his wife, Lucille Modeste of Deloe Street, Soufrière. His children, Lucina Victor of Monrepo, Justice of the Peace for St. Lucia. Corporal Gregory Modeste, formerly of the Royal Air Force, UK. Trevor Modeste, Martin Modeste, Mary Fauber, Leslie Modeste, all of the UK. His grandchildren, Nicola Modeste, Kelly Stacy, Michelle Modeste, Leanne Fauber, Carl Fauber, Jay Modeste, Nadine Modeste, Lely Modeste, Daniel Modeste, Michael Modeste, Natasha Sinclair, Wesley Modeste, Samuel Modeste, all of the UK. 23 great-grandchildren, all of the UK. 2 great-great-grandchildren of the UK. Also left to mourn families: the Prosper family of Soufrière, the Gaston family of Soufrière and the UK, the Pascal family of the UK, St. Lucia and the USA, the Marshall family of Castries, Soufrière and Jamaica, the Charlemagne family of the UK and Soufrière, the Cadet family of Bexar and the USA, Morella Mesmin and family of Soufrière and the UK, the Jean-Baptiste family of Forcejac, Soufrière, Cyril Marcelin and family of Forcejac, the Jean-Philippe family of Soufrière, France, Mrs. Christine Patton of Soufrière, Mr. and Mrs. Gregory Muriel and family of Soufrière and the UK, Mr. Morris Clovis and family of Soufrière and the UK, Mrs. Bea Williams of the UK, Mrs. Lena Dennis of the UK, Mr. Henry Wilson and family of the UK, the Edgar family of the UK and St. Lucia, Mrs. Doreen Joliffe of Soufrière, Mrs. Marina Quinlan and family of Soufrière and the UK, Esther Jean-Baptiste and family of Soufrière, Mrs. Esther Hippolyte and family of Crestland, Mr. and Mrs. Peter and family of Soufrière, Pius and Sandra Faustin of Soufrière, Mrs. Hermina St. Hill of Soufrière, Mrs. Lister Carrasco Bonaparte of Soufrière, his carers, Mrs. Morena of Choiseul, Mr. Dane Brown of Diamond Road, Soufrière, Mr. Garan Purby of New Development, Soufrière, Miss Janice James of Soufrière, Janik of Palmis, Soufrière. Neighbors, Mr. Igor, Miss Catherine, Miss Kelder, Sharon Marshall, Abigail Marshall, all residents of Deloe Street and all those who knew Mr. Modeste. The funeral service of the late Mr. Joseph Michael Philip Modeste, better known as Foy or Papa, will be held at the Rambalis Chapel, Latuni, Vieux-Fort, on Saturday, April 20th, 2013 at 3 p.m. Then the body will be laid to rest at the Latuni Cemetery. The body now lies at the Rambalis Funeral Parlor, Latuni, Vieux-Fort. The family would like to inform all well-wishers that they would like to mourn in private after the funeral service.